nice and easy, but I'll explain. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get into the 2-on-1 position. So we're gonna start from here. So we got bicep control and we have wrist control. There's lots of different ways for us to get here, but let's talk about how do we get the guy down and then turn it into something that's more advantageous for us. So the general rule of thumb that I like to share with folks is if we can snap his head down, so his head is lower than ours, continue to move forward. If he uprights himself, then we're gonna take him back because he's got the advantage with the head being higher. So for today, let's focus on dragging him down. So we're gonna snap him down, use a hip hinge if we need to. So a bit of, it's what I call elbow check or hip check. Okay. So we're checking the hip on the far side. That's gonna get him to hinge here. So once we have him down, just put your right hand out. I'm gonna drag you down, so we're belly down. So once we're belly down, we wanna be in contact with the limb, only temporarily. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift at the elbow joint. What happens is, as we lift at the elbow joint, we're bringing the hand closer to his head. Okay. Because we know he's not gonna stay like this. Chances are, if he knows what he's doing, he's gonna start to roll to his back, or he's gonna go to his knees. So if you go to your knees for the first one, go to your knees. So now we've got a bend in the elbow. So we're controlling the limb just a little bit. And say, for example, his intention or his motivation was to get back to his feet, which makes total sense, right? Absolutely. So we've kind of helped him get to this knee down or turtle position, if you will. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to shift the hand and we're going to go to the hip. Now we're hip to hip, we've got wrist control. We know that if he wants his wrist back or his hand back, he's just literally going to pull the thumb towards the center line. Go ahead and do that. Good. That's what I want anyway. Okay. Right? So as I'm pressing here, I'm encouraging him to pull his thumb towards the center line. Baiting him in, Baiting him in. So as he does that, go ahead, pull your left hand in. This is what we're after. Total collapse. Yeah. Gotcha. Here we go. Yeah. All right. So once again, 2-on-1 position. Rear leg. We want our rear leg in behind his. Hip check. Drag him down. As we drag him down, stay on the limb. Stay on the limb. He starts to fight. Go to your knees. Fight, 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 fight. I'm gonna lift it. Transfer. And yes. And as he pulls his elbow and his thumb towards his midline, which is most likely what's gonna happen, we have the hip joint here, keep the pressure on the wrist, and then we're gonna break him down. Now as we break him down, we can look to start attacking for either chokes or whatever it might be. Yeah. There we go, we can strike from here. Gotcha. All right, let's try it. So 2-on-1 position. Got good control here, good foot placement. So this hand comes off? Yep, and you can reach for this pocket. Yep, hip hinge. And then as you drag him down, this hand then goes to the bicep again. Okay. Yep, and you're gonna follow him down, good. So he stays in the fight, starts to go to his knees. Yep, press that in, and then with your left hand, go to my far hip, over top. Over top. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Now as this happens, drag him down, stay on your knees, and then see where your forearm is? You this want one? Yeah. Right forearm around my throat. There it is. Okay. That's it. That's what we're after. Now you can look to release the wrist and start to choke him. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Get it. Good job.
So you're trying to pin him down and keep your arms mobile at the same time?
That's right. And then in this whole transitional piece, whenever we have the opportunity to hit him. Yeah. Either open palm, closed fist in the soft spots. The reason I say that, open palm, you can hit him anywhere. You're not going to break your hand. Yeah. Hit him in the forehead, hit him in the chin, it's all good. We know that, especially if we scrapped a little bit, you're probably going to close your fist, which is fine. Yeah. Close your fist, and then the targets that we're looking for are the soft spots, in behind the ears or on the throat. Okay. Chin is all good. But top of the head, run the rest of the breaking digits. Okay. All right, man. So here, the fight is on. We're pushing, we're pulling. Hip hinge, and then drag him down. So go back to... Yeah, so once you hip hinge...
Okay, so once he's bent over...
Yeah, once he's bent over, then this hand goes to the bicep.
Okay.
Yes, and then now your delt, your front delt, and my rear delt are connected. Now as you drag him down, there might be a little bit of a pause here, probably not much. Yeah. If he's motivated, he's going to start to fight. As he does, now your left hand is going to go to my hip, or around my hips, yep, and then drive. Now pull him down, and then that's it. Forearm around the throat. Now you can look to start to choke, make it uncomfortable for him. Now, of course... You know, there's a position here with the legs that we want to consider. So if we happen to be here, you can stay on your knees and choke him, or use your left leg and then hook the inside of his thigh. Yep, there you go. Now you can still choke him here. Yes, sir.
I see.
Yep, pin it, put it in the belly button. Yep, so pull, there it is. That's it. Good. Drag him down, and then stay on your knees, or hook that leg, or a hybrid of both. That's it. Now, when you finish the choke, this hand here, your top hand, this is what I refer to as the finishing hand. Why that is can we choke somebody with just this one? Yeah, of course we can. But this is going to reinforce this. So I call this the finishing hand. So your top hand, want to bury the back of the knuckles in behind my head.
Oh, right there.
Like you're being nice to me, but put the knuckle side against my head. So
the knuckle side.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
There we go. Now we're talking. Now when you squeeze your elbows together, go ahead. And there it is.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
As uncomfortable as possible.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Gotcha.
Make it as miserable for that fucker as you possibly can. All right, so we're scrapping. Boom, you get into the 2-on-1 position. Good. Hip, bam, take him down. Good. He fights, gets to his knees. Pin, hip, drag him down. Good. Stay on your knees. Just temporarily stay on this right knee.
What do you mean?
Just temporarily.
Oh,
So
I see.
when you transition,
Yeah.
so think of it like this right knee is
Like a focal point.
Yep, focal point, speed bump.
Okay.
It's a wedge. That's the
Stopper.
word I'm looking
Yeah.
for. Stopper.
Okay.
Stopper. So when you're on your knee here, as you're sliding in the choking arm,
Yeah.
right, the finishing arm, for example, is getting into place, then we can sit and then hook that foot.
So until he's prevented from
Scramble.
keeping rolling over,
That's right.
That's when you sink it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Fighting, scrap, boom, you get the arm, hip hinge, drag him down, that's it. He fights, hip, good, pin, there it is, that's it. Now, right there, see the difference with your right knee?
Yeah.
That's money.
It's right against your back.
Yeah, now I had no space to exit where your right knee is.
Yeah.
Well, less space, right? Now as you start to slide this into place, now you can think about hooking this leg. Yes, man, that's it. And then this arm over top. Yep, knuckles towards the back of my head. Yep, squeeze. Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Beautiful.
You ever, when you're down there though, when he's got his, I guess for you, your left arm, can you trap that arm beforehand? Like,
You sure could. Like we drag him down.
yeah.
He starts to go to his knees. I want this hip, and then I want to move myself out of the way.
Oh, I
so,
see.
So depending on what happens here with this arm, we can let it go right here and then start to attack.
Okay.
Like right away. But the reason that I'm suggesting put the knee here is because he still has the ability. I know if he wants to exit, it's got to be here because
Yeah.
there's nothing here, right?
Yeah.
But picture our body is like a wall, so it wouldn't make sense for him to try to push into us.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless he's crazy.
Unless it's crazy.
Crazy.
So as the fight is happening, remember
Yeah.
we were talking about soften them up.
Yeah.
Can hit them, and then when I start to choke, then I want to capture this leg. So I don't need both hooks to finish it. It would help.
Yeah.
Right. So if you lifted your hips a little bit, or if I was able to squeeze that in, sure, both hooks would definitely help. But we don't need it.
Yeah.
This is enough.
Yeah, I got you.
And then in nice and tight. And then what I'm going to do is bury the hand first, knuckles, and then feed the bicep second.
Okay.
So knuckles, and that will be again a
Oh, I
strike.
see.
So I'm capturing here with the rear delt, and again we hit them, boom, open palm slap or whatever,
Yeah.
boom, then hand, and then bicep, and then squeeze.
Yeah, got you.
So that whole time we're just trying to rattle this
Your
cage.
fist closed when it's going behind my neck.
Yeah.
And then you're turning once you're there.
That's right. So if you
Okay.
can, so picture this. This is your head, right?
Yeah.
I have the arm here. Hit them, and then bury the knuckle.
Oh, so
And
it's
then-
almost like a punch.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's it. So bam, palm strike or knuckles, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And then hand in the back of the neck, so his neck is there, and then I feed that.
I see. Okay.
Fight some. That's it. His knees. Yes, sir. Knuckles. Yeah. Squeeze. Yes, sir. Good job. Beautiful. That's it. Bring him down. Fight. Drive his yes, that's it. Now take a space. Good. Forearm under the throat. Left leg, hook the leg. Yep, good. Right, left knuckles behind the head.
Yeah.
So hit them. Right, boom, boom. Bury the knuckles, and then feed the right hand into the left bicep. There, that's it. Now squeeze. Yes, sir. Now, we know just from grappling a little bit and scrapping that if somebody is on our legs, we have to address that because it's just a matter of time before they would collapse us and then they up in the top position.
Yeah.
So for this technique, if you've got my leg, for example, head inside single, this is where the fight is happening, right?
Yeah.
So they're onto our leg, we can always hit them. Remember, when in doubt, hit the person. Elbows, whatever, hammer fist, it doesn't matter. Always hit the person. But for this technique, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the whizzer that we have here.
Okay.
And we're gonna take the whizzer hand, and I wanna get under your belly button.
Okay.
So the whizzer hand is really important. We go deep under the body line here.
Yeah.
And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extend my legs and hip into you a little bit. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna plop over onto your left hip and right shoulder,
I
or
see.
left shoulder. That's where I'm trying to get you.
Okay.
So you're fighting to take me down. I'm gonna lift my hips, explode towards the left side, your left, my right. Here. And then once we have this position, I wanna lift my hips around your head,
Okay.
right? So we have option A, where we can slide in this position,
Yeah.
or option B, which is where the back would be exposed.
Yeah.
So option B is I want to lift my hips and drive onto this side here.
Yeah.
And then we end up in a cross side position.
Okay.
Hand underneath the belly button. And as we push into, we're going to extend our hips. And I want you on your right hip and shoulder.
Okay.
So now with the whizzer staying in place, if he goes belly up, so pull your left shoulder back. Yep, perfect. And then I'm gonna drop into place.
Okay.
But if he decides to go more towards his knees, yes, and I'm gonna lift my hips, clear, and then now we're on the opposite side and we have his back.
Gotcha.
When I say lift the hips, essentially what I'm trying to do is what we're thinking about is
Create space.
yep, create space.
Yeah.
Get our body around his head.
Yeah. Gotcha.
All right, let's try. So we've been scrapping, and something happens here. So I've got a deep inside single, belly button.
Whizzer hand.
Yep, whizzers in. As you extend your legs, you're literally going to flip me over on my left side.
What was this hand doing again? Was that
So,
right hand?
so this hand, you could be cross facing, you could be hitting them. in
Okay,
the
so
head.
this is like a
It's
free hand.
Yeah,
Okay,
free
I see.
hand. Yeah. And that's a good question because generally, like my philosophy is, if there's a hand free,
Yeah.
do something with it.
Yeah,
like,
hit 'em.
Hit 'em.
Yeah, of
right.
course, yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I was wondering because I thought you grabbed with
Yeah.
your other hand, but I guess not.
No, so you're
Okay.
right here.
Yeah.
Good. And then as you kind of flip me over, extend. There it is. He may still be hanging on to the leg like a savage, which is fine. That's all right. Now, if he goes belly down,
Yeah.
you just drop your left hip. Yep, that's it. Or your right hip, sorry. Yeah, your right hip. So you'd be in a good cross-side position.
Yeah.
And then you can look to advance your knees up under my armpit.
Okay.
Now, do it again. Should he happen to start to fight, go do it again. Go whizzer. This side.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. Flip. Good. Now he starts to fight. So what are you gonna do?
Rotate towards your.
That's right. Lift your hips around my body. Yep. Yep. There you go. And then now you're still in the cross-side position where you have the ability with your elbows to flatten him out
Yeah.
or to roll him onto his belly.
Okay.
Fight, fight, fight. That's it. That's it. Yes, man. Beautiful.